Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a little Friday afternoon Aether's Walkway Cypher Systems, brought to us by Monty Cook Games and the mind of Alice. This is my super favorite time of the week. I am so nervous when I get into this moment. It's that moment on the wings when you're getting ready to go out on stage. I can't wait, so I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. We are here to hear a story, partake in a story. Whether you are watching Legion live or YouTube, you are a part of the tale. And because of that, to tell the tale, we have sponsors. Our Roll20 is our virtual tabletop of choice. Go to www.roll20.net/start/Tales from the Grim. Start your own free account and continue and begin an adventure of your choosing. Cypher System, which we played today, Cthulhu, D&D, Witcher, anything that you would like and everything that you would like can be found over at Roll20. In addition to that, our newest sponsor is World Anvil. Go to www.worldanvil.com and start if you are a writer, a player, a dungeon master, and there is a world that is knocking around inside of your noodle. That is something that you can put forward and develop in as much or as little detail as you would like. Let it grow as your story is told, or put it all down and then begin your tale. World Anvil is there to help you forge whatever you want and whatever type of world fits your fancy. That's that. How can you help? Well, if you look straight down, if you want to take a narrative, the reins of this horse for a bit, you can provide us with advantages, critical successes, healing, ciphers, and then cumulatively, any donations that we have when we reach the 50, 100, or 150 level, Alice can make things progressively more difficult for us. And finally, last but certainly not least, if you just retweet our going live tweet, which is in the chat right now, and I'll put it back up, once we reach 20 retweets, Alice will also have the ability to do whatever she would like to enhance the story. So, everyone, I'm done. This is my favorite time. I always screw up this intro because I'm so excited, but it's time to tell a tale, jump back into Aether's Walkway, and I get to shut up. Let's have some fun. Alice, take it away.
Okay, so last week we left off with Zarina headed off with Sleaze, and that's where we're going to pick up. And we find ourselves over in Sector 54. Zarina, you've been here probably a few times. It's one of the, as much as all of Nalmerius is incredibly built up, this is almost the one that looks like Lego buildings, where it's all a mismatch as things have been put together. It's one of the sort of locations where it's lots of very, very small apartments all stacked awkwardly onto each other. It's not as nice as where you live. It's one of the older areas, and it's more dated is probably the best way to look at it. There aren't any of the walkways. There aren't any of like the holographic sort of trees and plants and things like that. They do have some of the holographic birds that have been sort of projected through, but they tend to phase out very, very quickly, and some of them even pass completely through buildings as this is constantly being added to. And you're sort of stood in this corridor outside Sleaze's apartment as he's there like fumbling for the keys, like he's like, oh, just 1 second,
yeah,
I'm just
no problem.
And all the way down this corridor, you can see other people just sort of nosily, sort of hanging out the doors, having a look to see what's going on. It looks like it could really use a fresh lick of paint or something.
Yeah.
But there's
maybe some Febreze.
Definitely some Febreze. And you can just see like there's a couple of kids playing down the other end of the corridors. They've sort of stopped to look at you. But there's a moment when he's, there we go, I got it, and you can see his fingerprint pushed at the same time as he puts a card into the door, and there's that moment where he sort of is sorry, you just gotta wiggle it up a little bit and then lift the door up and then it goes in, and then he sort of pushes open, and you walk into this apartment, which it's just 3 rooms. You have the kitchen living room, which is incredibly small. There is one huge window that looks out over Sector 54. But you can see what looks like the kitchen is a mess. It is a very tiny kitchen. The light is flickering in the kitchen. You can see what looks like jackets and clothes that's sort of strewn over the sofas and the seating area. And he's like, just gonna get stuff. And he sort of like swipes his hand and pushes a load of takeout boxes off the side straight into one of the bins. You can see a microwave. That's about it.
Yeah.
There is a coffee machine, but you can smell a very sort of electrical burning smell coming from somewhere in the kitchen. There is, you know that there was an AI that used to greet them in this house, but that looks fried as well. But it's a very basic sort of room that you walk into, and there is mess everywhere, whether it's takeout boxes, whether it's empty boxes. You can see some of your stuff is there, sort of just been piled up in the corner. There is a TV that is on the main wall. It is slightly lopsided, and Sleaze is moving through, just pushing everything out of the way. It's like, you can sit down if you want, make yourself comfortable, and I can make you dinner. Just chill, just relax a little bit. I'm waiting for a message on the report from your apartment and stuff.
Okay, cool, thanks. Just gonna get some of my stuff more organized. Thanks for picking it up for me.
No, that's fine. If you want, you can put it in my bedroom. You can stay in there. I'll sleep on the sofa. It's fine. Unless you want to sleep on the sofa. Yeah, no, it's fine. And you sort of look over. I sleep here most time, anyways. So, yeah.
Is there like a Sleaze-sized imprint on the sofa?
Yeah, you can see a blanket that's sort of screwed up in the corner where it looks like maybe probably crashes every evening. He's kind of, as he's moving throughout the apartment, he's trying to hide mess as he goes. He's picking stuff up and chucking it out of the way. Clears you a space on the sofa. He's like, but yeah, make yourself home. My house.
Sorry to intrude. Yeah,
no,
it's been crazy.
You are not intruding at all. Not at all. You are welcome anytime. My house is your house. Yeah. And he stands awkwardly in the hallway, sort of looking at you.
I think to try to put him at ease, she'll just go through her stuff, organize it some, so she's not looking at what he's doing as he tries to hide mess and stuff.
Yeah, sort of, you can hear clatters of things, and you hear him sort of look over. He's like, I'll get some food in. That's what I'll do.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Anything you want in particular?
Not really. Just whatever sounds good.
I mean, I'm a great cook. I can go and get some stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll go see if my neighbor's in. And he sort of does that awkward back out of the apartment, gives you a bit of a smile, and closes the door.
I'll be here. And she's kind of like, okay. And then she'll do some actual tidying a bit while he's gone, and she'll just go through her stuff carefully, making sure there's no feeders in any of it.
Yeah, you can you go through and you can see a lot of it has a lot of the boxes that you would have had as mail have already been opened, as probably to check for feeders.
Yeah.
You can't pick up on anything in here.
Okay.
You can hear yelling somewhere in the corridor as he is sort of just that muffled yelling outside the door. It seems to be yelling, the kids are yelling at him and he's yelling back at the kids. It's not it's kind of a mutual argument. No one's really winning.
No.
But
I'll do a scan. I'll activate a scan of his place too, just to.
Yeah, roll me an intellect check of 2.
Sure. Let me open my character sheet. Intellect. And I'll use an advantage.
Okey.
Because I gotta use them up.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
see.
So the main thing you feel about this apartment is a lot of it is pretty old tech. It's not like any of the stuff you're used to. You can find a lot of old mods that he's obviously working on and tweaking. You would know that he's doing these sort of things anyway. It's a
Yeah.
proper mess. It's more that you're trying to look for things in the mess. You can almost pick up all the electronics that are in here. It's just
Okay.
simple basic stuff like the cooking stuff, it's the
Cool.
TV. You can see a picture frame, which you do recognize the picture in it, and you know it was a picture of you, your lovely ex-fiance, and Sleaze in a line, sort of as a group photo, but it has been folded over, so you can only see you and Sleaze in this. It looks to be at a bar, something. It's quite a while ago. There's that. Otherwise, there's not a lot of actual worth in here. There's no.
Okay.
It's all kind of like knickknacks and bits and bobs.
Yeah, she's pretty minimalist. Like, I'm sure everything in her apartment fit in the bags that he brought. So she's just gonna go through and like take it to the bedroom, just clear a space, and then just start going through things. It's been a long day and a lot of weird creepiness, and she's been reminded of her ex near fiance a lot, so she's gonna just be looking through that sentimental stuff as she kind of goes through it.
You go into the bedroom. Bed is not made. It's like the ball of a duvet on the end of the bed. There's pillows sort of all over the place. It looks like he's tried to tidy up, but it hasn't really gone well. It's more that you can see a wardrobe door, this sliding sort of metal side that is slightly open, where it looks like stuff has just been shoved in. But what sort of things does Zarina look at that is almost holding a good memory for her?
She kind of just puts the clothes away real quick, because there's, again, it's just like she's got like her top, like 4 tops that go with everything, and the 4 bottoms that can mix and match, and so she's like, whoop, put those away real fast. And then she's got a few things. She's never been a knick-knack person, but her ex near fiance was. So there'd be like a little picture frame. There would be like a little statuette thing. There would be probably some like tourist destination, like just tchotchke type thing. Just like a small, like a shoebox worth of things, really.
Yeah. Yeah, you sort of you have that. That does seem to have been brought with your things, as much as it is sort of shoved at the bottom of the bag. You do hear the apartment door open and close again. You hear, I managed to get my I got food. Yes, food. Hungry?
Yes, please. I didn't get a burger at Fast Max. So.
Oh well, this is, this is the good stuff. Like, and he's sort of, you can hear him moving about in the kitchen. And you can hear like the rustle of paper and things like that. He's like, it's just something, it's a real tradition. Do you want to watch a film?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good. Nice and distracting.
Okay.
From just everything that's happened today.
Yeah. And you sort of, so if you walk back into the kitchen, you can see him trying to quickly stuff the paper into the bin. This looks literally just like fried chicken and chips. This, as he sort of you can see him trying to almost arrange it on the plate in a certain way and giving up, sort of halfway through. And he's like, here we are. I only have 1 set of cutlery, so you can, use that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. We should sit down.
Yeah. She'll take the plate, sit on the empty space on the couch.
Yeah, he does that sort of awkward, like where he looks like he's going to sit too close and then sort of shuffles slightly further along. And he doesn't eat anything at first. It's more like he's watching to see if you eat and what you make of the food.
Yeah, she unscrews a little part of her mask, cuts the food in like bite-sized pieces, and then feeds it through.
As you do that, he's like, okay. and starts tucking in himself. And he seems to relax a little bit once he starts eating. He's like, oh, this is really good.
This is good.
Yeah, no, it's best stuff in Sector 54. But we did a sweep of the apartment, and we found 4 more feeders.
What?
Yeah, so
I think she's like almost chokes on the food for a second.
He's like, no, you don't have to worry. You can stay here. You know, until you find somewhere else that makes you comfortable, and yeah. But it may be best to, you know, not go back for a bit.
Yeah, 4 feeders, that's a lot of feeders.
Yeah, sort of a wide-eyed nod. It's not good.
Do you know where they came from?
I've sent them off.
I swear there wasn't many. When I was attacked by one, there's just one big one.
No, these were. And he sort of just like holds out his fingers. He's like, most of them have serial numbers, so I've sent them off to a mate. I know. Same guy gave me the chicken actually. But yeah. We'll find out where you can feel like, and he sort of puts his hand as if he's going to put it on top of your hand, but again doesn't touch it. You can feel safe here, you know.
Yeah, thanks. She looks around. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really don't know why someone's sending all these feeders after me. This makes 6.
Yeah.
Total. That's.
You see him sort of like trying to like check in his head the calculator. He's like, yeah, no.
That seems excessive.
I mean, one's excessive, but yeah.
Yeah. And they're not cheap.
No. And he sort of looks down as he sort of picks up like a handful of chips and sort of shoves them in his mouth. And he's like, look, you're safe here. It's probably best for you to get some sleep at some point.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot last night, so.
If you want to just, you know, get some rest, go for it. I'll be right here on this sofa, this seat.
Okay. I'll probably just crash after this movie. What is this movie?
It is gonna be an awful rom-com. It is about someone who loses their other half and finds love with a new friend. Because they lean like on each other's like shoulder and they look after each other. You know, a real sort of. He's there like a real. I love this one. It's so good.
I don't think I've seen this one before.
It's really good.
Okay.
Classic. You know. Yeah. And he sort of sits awkwardly.
Yeah. I don't think she notices particularly much. It's just him and her brain. He's been friend-zoned so hard that...
Yeah, he's looking like every sort of pinnacle moment in this film, he's sort of like glancing over to you just to see if you see, you know, a similarity or anything like that. But yeah, he doesn't.
I think she probably starts dozing off like midway through the movie just because it's been a day and she didn't get a lot of sleep between assassination attempts at the hospital. So she probably starts dozing off.
Yeah. You sort of hear him talking to you, but it's almost like he's like, "Did you see that?" Like as he sort of acknowledges that you're not really. Okay, and you hear him sort of pick up the plates and take them to the kitchen as you start to doze off. And we're gonna
lights all go into like rest mode. Like
yeah, you sort of have that soft glow. You do notice he turns the light off. Doesn't come back to the sofa, but sits on the stool in the kitchen awkwardly. Doesn't really know what to do with himself because you've fallen asleep on his sofa.
Yeah.
You do feel a blanket sort of like half draped across you. But that's kind of the last thing you remember as you doze off. Over back at Fastmax and Cantor and Hybria, you can see this conversation happening through the hot lights. And Cantor, to you, that's when the voice rings through. That's when you have that moment of almost the clarification that it's the voice you've heard before. But this person's much older now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. He would hop over the counter.
Yeah, if you hop over the counter, you hear, sir, like, as you sort of, and you can see it's more like there's a group of teenagers working behind there, like, as you sort of, hop over. What does Hybria do as that happens?
I like look left and then right, and then I hop over the counter as well with a lot of flair and confidence. And completely misreading the situation, I think, as well, you know. And when I say hop over the counter, she's probably wearing something like very flowy and like haute couture or whatever, so it looks ridiculous.
Like in slow motion, kind of Matrix style, like you like hop over the counter and like the entire like outfit just like whooshes with great movement.
I take a few napkin containers with me or whatever. But I just stride forward and I say, "Excuse me, our order is taking a significant amount of time compared to..."
We've lost your audio.
Where did I cut off? Someone tried to call me.
Just when you said it was taking too long.
Oh, this is taking a significant amount of time, and the queue is getting much longer than the other line. I suggest that we have a conversation now. I don't know if this is the proper protocol for filing a complaint, but I would like to file a complaint.
And as you say that, these two people turn to look at the both of you. There's also a bit of a crash, so I'll definitely say that Livewire and Loxy, you hear this, because you can also hear a lot of the people that work behind the counter sort of yelling. But this young sort of 18, 19-year-old sort of looks over towards you. Is like, this isn't how fast food works. And I will say though, Cantor, you can see that this man is stood like staring at you, wide-eyed. This old, he sort of runs a hand through his salt and pepper hair as he clenches that receipt in his hand, and he looks at you almost completely frozen.
Remembering a bit of a flash from another one of his moments, his dreams, his episodes recently, you say this man is in the back, kind of like the prep area, right?
Yeah, you've literally gone over the counter, and you and Hybrid have had to walk past like a series of hot lights and where all the fries are done, to get to these two, even though you can see them from the counter.
He walks in, and using the voice that he heard, this voice that he knew to be his own, yet not one that he remembers using in this manner, he says, "I'm back. Everything's gonna be okay now."
And this man looks at you, and almost as if he tries to shake himself out of it, he's like, would you like to come through to my office? And we'll, and he sort of glances over to Hybrid. It's like, we'll sort out your order. And
yes,
you
I
can
think
see
that would be most acceptable.
His eyes dart around. He's like, are there any more of you?
No.
No.
Right. If you'd like to come this way, Michael, can you attend back to the counters, please? And you see this teenager sort of roll like his head back, looking slightly. It's like, I swear, if you keep doing that, I am going to fire you again. And you can see this this youngish man sort of almost straighten up at that and head back towards the counter. And Loxy and Livewire, you just see Hybrid. Well, you heard the crash. I would have said you saw Hybrid vault over purely in like the flurry of the skirts and the flowy clothing.
But it looks amazing.
It looks fabulous. Like, you know, you haven't really seen anything quite like it. But you see them, they're not coming back over the counter, they're walking away.
With a manager, I
With a
imagine, right?
manager. Yeah. You could. It definitely looks like it. Like there's a look. It's the only one that's not in the uniform.
Yeah.
Do you think we should be worried about that?
I don't know. I suppose we should. I have two thoughts. Either we wait here or we go around the back.
Let me see if I can text Hybria or something.
I will say that probably as she's walking away, Hybria would give like a look over her shoulder and like one of these point. And yeah, I think that would probably be the extent of all you need to know in her opinion.
Well, I'll see. I probably would have sent you my information at some point. So I'll just send a little message like, everything good?
I'll discreetly pull up my arm cell phone because I imagine it's probably something like that. Yeah, some kind of panel on there. And I'll see the message and I'll look up. And how does Cantor like look right now, expression wise, do you think?
Confused. His default state.
I will reply. Well, what did Loxy say again, sorry?
I said everything good.
Okay, yeah, I'll just reply and say, yes, we are going to speak to the manager about how long it's taken our order. Cantor possibly used to work here, perhaps? They seem to know each other. And, yep, I think everything's all good.
Okay, Loxy will just respond with, okay, let me know, I guess.
Loxy, why don't I, since it looks like our food's not coming soon, why don't I just go out into the back alley, just in case they go out the back door?
I mean, you're kind of in a hospital gown. I think maybe you don't wander around by yourself.
Oh.
And a leather jacket.
And and a leather jacket.
Hospital gown and a leather jacket, it's both.
It's a look. It's, you know.
And a luchador.
And a luchador mask and a hat. Like, it is a look. It is a look.
Wait, so when people see you, do they see you in the hospital gown or do they see you in your...
They see me in whichever clothes they want to imagine me in.
Okay.
So like when you
had to ask.
Like when you have your glasses on, I look like, you know, a Miami Vice person. Yeah, the suit and like cool car keys.
Yeah.
Hanging. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then I go to stand and I'm like, oh. And then I sit back down.
Yeah, you should probably rest while your bones de-powder or whatever's happening there.
What do you call it? Rehydrate?
Rehydrate, reform.
Well,
I don't know what I don't know what the proper term is.
Well, why don't you go to the back alley? We're in contact.
I'll ping Hybria again.
What if I just want them all to be safe?
Yeah, I want you to be safe. I want them to be safe. They have each other. I don't want to leave you alone.
Oh, right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much I'm going to be able to see from the back alley. If there's a ruckus, I feel like that's when we can
jump into action.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you just sit here. Do you want me to go make an order? I don't know if they actually ordered. Did they actually order for us?
I don't know. We could ask.
I think we said we were going to order for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the last update that you got on food.
And you said that our food was taking too long,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
I really would like food.
Yeah, well, Hybria said that that's why they're seeing the manager because our food was taking too long.
This is fast Mac, not slow Mac.
It happens.
Hmm.
I've had to I've had to wait in a fast Mac before, but I've never had to jump over a counter and see a manager about it though.
That's not normally done.
No, it's not. But it's Hybria and Cantor, so
Yeah. I don't. He stops himself because he's about to say a thing. Then he was like, "That's actually kind of not true." So there's clearly this kind of like he was gonna say a thing, and then he stops himself from saying it. He's like, "I imagine Hybria does that sort of thing all the time."
I could see it. Yeah.
Yep, me too.
And
Loxley just kind of looks over at the counter, like.
you can see that the person who was taking their order is back and is taking more orders.
We look meaningful at him, like, "Where's our food?" Try to catch his eye, but just a meaningful look.
He looks at you and then looks back at the customer in front of him.
I think we might need to reorder.
Yeah, you wait here. I'll get in line.
Try to listen to see if you hear anything in the back.
Will do.
Okay. And Loxy, you get up and join the queue. Cantor and Hybrid, you are led through the kitchens. You can see like a lot of steam. You can definitely smell like the fries, the burgers. There's a lot of heat here. And the man in front of you moves quite quickly before he heads towards a door at the back, which he opens and holds open for the both of you. After you.
Before we get into the solid RP here that I know is forthcoming, I just want to say that I find it, I'm not sure to take it as I'm not sure how to take the fact that it's Cantor and Hybria as a universal explanation that is accepted by everybody now. It's been like 6 seconds. Well, it's Cantor and Hybria. Oh, right. Universally accepted.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
Right.
As do I. There's some disconnect with both of them, you know?
I feel like this game, you could literally say, it's this person and this person. And that's a reason, like, all of us are pretty, you know, that person.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry. We walk in, right?
Yep, you walk into this sort of back room. And as you do, there's, you can see just a desk, what looks like a big sort of pane of glass, which you know is going to be kind of the equivalent of a computer. You can see things running, sort of lights running through it. And as you both step in, and this man closes the door behind you, he looks at both of you. What is this? And he particularly looks towards Cantor, and he looks like he's almost holding something back. But he looks towards you, and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
We are attempting to find sustenance for ourselves and our friends.
Who the hell is this? And he sort of points towards Hybria and looking at Cantor.
My name is Zhenfeng Mingzhu Hybria, of the Zhenfeng family on Osiris.
You're from... What you doing? And he sort of pauses again for a moment and heads over to you, Cantor. He's like, what are you bringing one of the high-up families here for?
When did we crash?
What?
In the water, when did we crash?
And it's almost like you can see a sort of a mild realization sort of go across his face, and you see a slight wrinkle of a smile in the eyes. and he pulls you into a very quick hug, and he slaps you like quite hard on the back and holds you there for a moment. And it's a tight hug. It's like a real grip. You can feel him gripping the back of your jacket. And he looks over towards Hybria. He's like, "You really that hungry?"
It has been quite the time that we've had. It seems as though you two are acquainted. I am very pleased to be here to see your reunion. But yes, I am hungry. I believe we came here to get food, although it seems as though perhaps now we will get more than just sustenance for our stomachs, perhaps sustenance for the mind.
And he sort of withdraws back from you, Cantor, looks at you, sort of slaps you sort of on the shoulder, like, "Okay, I'll get you some food. Why don't you sit down?" And he sort of walks over to the door, throws it open. You hear him shout an order, sort of down through the kitchens, and close the door again. So, right. I guess you're gonna want to both sit down. Please.
When did we crash?
Which time?
The time in the dark water.
And he sort of frowns for a moment. That was a long time ago. Like 16, 17 years. But we made it, didn't we? That was a hairy situation. And he sort of looks awkwardly at you as if he's trying to figure you out in a bit of a way, but he's... How much do you remember?
When was the last time you saw me?
Sort of pauses for a moment. About 15 years ago.
Where?
And he frowns. Here. You don't remember it at all.
What did we talk about?
He sort of looks down, taps the side of his head. You wouldn't let me remember. And from the looks of it, you didn't let yourself remember either.
A tear rolls down his face. Who are you?
And he sort of takes a deep breath as if he's about to say something when you hear a knock at the door. And he quickly walks over and opens it, takes the tray off of the person on the other side and slams it shut again. Opens again quick. He's like, "Thank you," and sort of closes it again before she's sort of putting this tray of just it looks to be everything on the menu that's just been shoved onto one tray and puts it in front of both of you. It's like, well, once you called me brother. Once. Not in blood. As he sort of looks towards you, seeing the confusion. You can call me Mac. Everyone else does.
I just need to say that like Hybria through this whole scene is probably at first she's like awkwardly like trying to find a spot to sit and like trying to hold her clothes up so she doesn't really sit on anything, and then all of this happens. She's sitting there like and tapping away on her thing and like basically transcribing everything to Loxy, just being like, okay, they know each other, there was a crash, etc., etc. And then now it's just like frozen with like a French fry next to her mouth, like.
Mac is watching you sort of type as you go, and he sort of looks towards Cantor. He's like, "Is she with you?"
She's my friend.
Your friend. He sort of he does look you up and down, Hybria, but it's not in like it's not in a bad way. It's like he's trying to figure out who you are. And he looks towards you again, Cantor. You don't remember me at all, do you? And he looks upset.
Why did I stop calling you brother?
I guess you forgot. But you remembered your order? But you forgot that? He even reaches for one of the chips and just sort of... He doesn't even eat it, he just holds on to it.
I'd be devastated without it.
Without what?
He pulls the picture out of his pocket. Ooh. He just taps the picture. Who?
And he raises an eyebrow. You still got it. It's something I thought you would have got rid of. They are your students. You don't remember it at all.
If they're my students, I was a teacher. Where was I a teacher?
We were teachers. Sort of. More sort of looking after them than anything else. And Hybria, this is the first time you've seen this photo? Or is it being seen? Like, Cantor, are you pushing it across the table, or are you just holding it?
I mean, he would definitely not be hiding it from Hybria, so she could definitely see it, yeah.
Hybria, you see the picture of the 3 children. You see on the far left, you see a young boy. In the middle, you see a young girl. And on the far right, you see a picture of your brother.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but notice that in this photograph, I distinctly recognize that boy as my esteemed older brother, Zhenfeng Liwei Archer.
Cantor's eyes snap to Mac.
I don't know their names. You didn't let me remember their names.
I remember his name because he is my esteemed older brother, and he is in this photograph that you have, and you saved my life, and you have a photograph of my brother, and you do not remember, and you have a colleague here who also knew my brother but does not remember, and that is my esteemed older brother, and these fries are cold.
I can get you more fries. And Cantor, could you roll me an intellect check, please? Just a straight up one.
If I can get through my goosebumps, I will, Alice. Hold on one second.
No one's getting through these goosebumps. They're too good.
Straight up.
Okay.
4.
There's a moment where, as Hybria sort of taps on the picture and says Archer, you hear that voice again. That younger man's voice, and you are almost seeing through this person's eyes back in that room. That circular room with all the windows that looks out over a huge city. And you hear the voice calling for Archer. And this young boy who now you look at sort of, you could see a resemblance in Hybria. Smiles, only about 6-7 years old, if that. Comes running towards you. And as he sort of throws his arms up, that's when you're back in the restaurant, in this office.
Your brother. And he points to the photo. Your brother?
Yes. Yes. That is my brother when he was a child and small, and yes. Here we are. Mm-hmm.
Made everybody forget.
You told me you had it a good reason. As he sort of sees you getting almost conflicted. It was for a good reason. And he sort of pauses for a moment. You asked me to take something for you. Not here. But you told me to hide it. And I did. I hid it. I did everything you told me to. That I remember as much. I don't remember exactly what it was. In fact, if I'm honest, most of my memory's kind of hazy.
Where is it?
It's in a lockbox. On Mara. You said so many people pass in and out of there. It's a station more than anything. It's a planet. I don't really remember, but I have the number. I have the number, and I don't have the key.
Do you remember what it looked like?
The lockbox itself?
Yeah.
This one was, it's like one of those awful banking places. You know, the ones that have all the, almost like the lockers built into the walls.
My family
Super
owns
safe.
several.
Yes. He sort of pauses. It can't be removed by anyone other than me or you. That was the deal.
What's the number?
And he sort of reaches down into the drawer, pulls out a piece of paper, and this paper looks old. This looks like it has been kept for a long time, and he's taking it out of his own, almost like a very flat sort of metallic box, and opens it. Just take the whole thing. And he closes it back in the box again and hands it to you. It's on Mara 34, at the main station.
He turns immediately to Hybria. You have to remember everything. I won't.
Oh, I have an excellent memory. It has never failed me before. I will be sure to well document this moment.
Good.
It is a new clue in finding my esteemed older brother. May I please see that photograph?
He'd hand it over. Careful, I'd
and
be
it's just
devastated without it.
Yes, it is the only clue to finding my esteemed older brother. I will be most gentle. But she'll hold it in her hand, and despite knowing that this is definitely not any kind of electronic item, she would like to try and do her hacker feat on it, or a data jack. It's basically just for flavor, but like everything goes blue, and like you can tell she's really trying to like extract information from this very archaic piece of technology that doesn't do anything.
Roll for me on that.
Okay.
Roll a 3.
Difficulty?
Yeah, yes, please. Difficulty 3.
So then I will, do a data jack, and I roll that by using this button. Nope. Where is the button for rolling? Why am I doing this bad? I'm
All right,
sorry,
just
I'm-
roll a straight up intellect, and I'll put that in.
Cool. And I'm lowering the difficulty for 2 because I'm trained in it today with my driven ability. And yay! Beats
What is-
4.
What are you looking for in this photo?
I think she just has the ability, you know, sometimes to extract information like she did with the cyborg and how she was able to get that memory. I think she's just desperately trying to like understand more about this moment.
Or maybe
Okay.
like facial recognition, the other two people.
Yeah, like she's not really thinking logically right now. Like I think she's just like super like this is the first clue she's had about her brother in like so long, and she's been so ineffective so far. So like she's like, give me everything.
You can definitely look at this, and you can tell your brother's about 6 years old in this photo. You can you've seen photos of this sort of like around the house, though since your brother sort of disappeared, you know your parents started to remove the pictures. But you can tell that the other 2 children are around the same age, maybe a year or so different. You also lock onto the fact that their eyes are not a natural color. They seem to have very much sort of flecks of gold and purple sort of in their eyes. They look very happy. This looks like a happy moment. And almost as you lock onto this picture and your eyes go blue, you can hear Cantor's voice. Stand together. Come on. I want a photo.
And the other 2 children are human, right? With the
other 2
golden yellow eyes.
Yeah, all 3
Gold
of
and
them are
purple.
human.
And I've never seen that eye color before.
No.
This is a photograph that you took, Cantor. I'm not sure if you realized that, but you were there. My brother was there. These 2 children were there. Their eyes are an unusual color for humans.
I will also
And-
say you've never seen your brother with these color eyes before either.
Oh, my brother has the color eyes in the photo
He has
too?
exactly the same, but you don't remember this at all.
And my brother's eye color is wrong.
I don't. He looks back at Mac. Has anybody else ever come here looking for me?
One person. Not that long ago.
Would they look
I
like?
didn't tell him anything. Nothing. Hang on. I'll see if I can get the footage up. And he sort of walks over to where his desk is, sits down, and you can see him start scrolling on the screen. And there's this just moment of silence as he starts to pull up the security. Livewire and Loxy, you have been left outside now for a while. Loxy, you are now coming up to the front of the queue, and as you do, there is a young man there in the uniform, in a cap, and he looks at you. He looks down at the counter. Hello, welcome to Fast Max, the fastest, freshest, tastiest burger, not only in Nalmiris, but also this side of the galaxy. What can I get you?
Just 2 fast Mac meals, please.
Yep. And he sort of walks over. You can see a bit of you can hear not crashing. He's not like heavy-handed or anything, but he sort of pulls a bag open and starts shoving everything in. He's like, "What drinks do you want? Small, medium, large, extra large, or fastest Mac alive?"
I'll go with 2 mediums. No, 1 small, 1 medium.
And he sort of walks over to the machines. You can see him just run his fingers along some of the buttons, and the drinks start pouring. And he sort of scoops everything up, rolls up the bag, and puts it down on the counter in front of you, and then go, "Are you eating in or taking away?"
Eating in.
Leans down, pulls up a tray, puts the bag on a tray, puts the drinks over. It's 12 credits, please.
I'll just swipe the credits over.
Yep, that's gone through fine. I hope
Great.
you have an absolutely marvelous day, and please come again and enjoy Fastmax Burger, the best burger on this side of the galaxy and in Nelmarius.
Thanks, you too. Then I'll just make my way back to the table. Set the small
He
in front
watches
of...
you go until someone else comes up.
I'm gonna set the small in front of Livewire. And the meal.
I end up like inhaling it because I didn't realize how hungry I was because I'm very sedated. But like, you know, when you like you need to eat food, and it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden it just like it's gone. Like when you like bring your food up to, you're still in that kind of sedative haze. You're just like, oh, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, and then like I just eat the whole thing faster than you imagine.
Loxie's gotten 3 bites of her burger in and looks over, and all of your food is gone. Oh, all right. I guess you must have been hungry.
Yeah. Hey, do you have another place to work? A bench?
I mean, I've got my van, but it's not really.
I just figure we should maybe figure out what's going on with George.
Yeah, I mean, we could hop out to the van and take a look at George.
Or at least that, maybe also that the guy that got shot, right?
Yeah.
You said there was something wrong with his bike?
Yeah, he wanted me to disable a tracker.
Can you figure out who put the tracker on, or?
It's pretty sure it was a supremacy tracker.
Oh.
I just put some malware on it, but that guy knew. He knew that I did that.
The guy in your shop?
Oh yeah, you weren't there. Oh yeah. Yeah, one of the mercenaries or watchers. He was a little different than the other ones, and he knew that I was working in my own way, so to speak. And I don't know how he knew that.
Right. I don't. It's not like the connections between us would have been obvious. What's going on?
There's a lot that I think we need to uncover still. Because it's like, how are we connected with Hybria now? Like, why is her family coming after me?
I think she's just coming after me or their family. That's. But I don't know why they'd come after you. Maybe because you know me? I mean, I just imagine they would go after anybody connected to me.
That might very well be what's happening. That's probably why they're going after Zarina.
Yeah. But it's weird because they sent feeders after her, but I didn't even know she was here when the feeders arrived. So how did they know to target her when I didn't even know she was here? But also, do you remember in the police station, the monitor station, when that punk that was being controlled remotely looked at us? Do you remember? He was...
Yeah, the one that got hacked.
Yeah, he was scanning us. It seemed like, I mean, all of us, it seemed like he was scanning us and sending information back. Maybe that's how they connected all of us, all of you all to me.
Possibly. There's a lot. There's just a lot.
But the thing with the AI attacks, that doesn't make any sense. That can't be just about me. Because Connie, my friend Connie, says it was happening to multiple people I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
People are attacking AI, and I can't. And that fellow, that punk, he was already in trouble before he came into the monitor station. Some of this seems like it's happening before.
It might even just be that they're hacking things that are in a convenient location to obtain information.
Right.
You know, that we could, I don't even know if it's supremacy at this point, because they hacked one of the officers who was interrogating us.
Right.
It's I think it might even be deeper than we know.
Probably. Look, Boxy, we might need to get that footage.
Of the murder?
No. My
Of the
footage.
police station? Your footage. Right. It's out of character. Did you tell me where it was? I forgot.
I think I told you that that Zarina probably had it, but she doesn't know that she has it.
Okay, and did you tell me that where you had hidden it, or was that an out of character? I mean, because I know where it is.
Yeah, I know.
But does Loxy know where it is?
I think I said it in character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know if she kept the statue.
She did. She just ran off. Do you want me to contact her? Do you know where she lives?
I know where Sleaze lives. Loxy, you know, I was a real reporter once, sort of, before I did all this. Yeah.
Do you miss it?
I don't know. I can't. I miss Zarina. That's what I miss.
Well, do you want to go to Sleaze's place?
No.
Do you want me to go to Sleaze's place?
I want Hybria to go to Sleaze's place.
Interesting.
She gets what she wants. And if I tell her I might have something that she needs to find her brother, she will get it.
That she will.
Could you make an intellect check for me, please?
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Go ahead and use my advantage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Gotta love a
wire roll.
Oh, me too?
Yes,
I thought I was
please.
safe. Okay. Just, it's cool. Difficulty 4?
Okay.
Unless I have a thing that is relevant, in which case it'd be a 5.
Loxy, as you're eating and you're talking with Livewire, you're sat in this booth. It's kind of like not sheltered, but you know, you've got a good like angle of everything around. And people don't necessarily able to view you if you have your backs to anything. You can see a set of vehicles pull up outside Fastmax. Every single one is the same. Not a single one has identification on it. And Livewire, as you sort of sit from your angle, you notice the doctor walk in with a couple of others, not towards you. He doesn't seem to have seen you, but he is walking towards the counter.
I do that thing, you know, when people are like good friends and maybe even on a date in a booth, when you just sort of like lean in to the person on the other side, kind of drawing them into your space, but also obscuring you for people on the outside, right? I go, the doctor that tried to kill me is here right now.
I just saw a bunch of unidentified cars pull into the lot.
Tell them to get out.
Get under the table.
Okay.
I'm gonna ping Hybria and just let her know the doctor is here. Lots of unidentifiable cars, plane cars, have landed in the lot. We should go.
I will also say from your angle, because the people who were in the cars, that you can tell there's probably some drivers in there, but whoever they were carrying, they have come into the fast food restaurant. And from your angle, you can definitely take a photo and send it to Hybria as well, just from your angle and the roll and everything. But
1 second, one of the dogs had an accident in the house.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm just gonna record it. Like what I'm gonna do is record it. I'm not gonna broadcast it, but I'm gonna record all the things that I'm seeing. Like, give it a good look, record it all, record that footage for later, because my fans don't need to see it, but maybe we all need to see it later. You know,
you can log it all. You can log everything that is going through in and out of this Fastmax.
Yeah.
But back over in Sleeve's apartment. Zarina, you're sort of almost waking up. And it's very dark outside. All the lights are off in the apartment. And you can hear Sleaze in the kitchen. He seems to be on the phone. You just hear, just give me a minute. And he walks towards the front door, opens it, and closes it again. And he disappears out of the apartment.
Not surprising given his occupation, but I'm a little on edge. So I want to at least go up to the door and give a little listen.
Okay. Could you roll me an intellect check, please?
I would love to. I'll use an advantage on it.
You need a 3.
Okay. Let's see if I get better, though. Let's see. Nope. We're gonna take that 14.
Okay. How is Zarina listening in? Like, does she have anything in particular that she uses? Or is
she
pressing
does
herself against the door?
have she's trained in identifying or assessing danger, lies, quality, importance, function, or power. So she is pretty tuned into stuff. But she does have her scanner, so she probably just tunes up the frequency in her ear and just puts it to the door to listen.
As you put it to the door and listen and you ramp it up, you hear almost like as the frequency adjusts. And it does give that sort of like a flash, as if like if you could feel a headache as if it's starting to come on, but it's more just adjusting.
Yeah.
And you can hear Sleaze the other side of the door. And in fact, you think he's probably stood across the other side of the
Uh-huh.
corridor. No one else is out there. You can't hear anyone else. Everyone is asleep. But you've just tuned in so well. And you can hear that wasn't the deal. I told you where he was. No, you can't. And you can hear things almost like phase in and out as you're tweaking this. It's like, fast Max, okay? Yes, I know it's a fast food place. I don't know. Like, and you can hear this sort of frustrated voice. No. That wasn't the deal. You said she had nothing to do with it. She would be left out of it and then she could stay with me. You can't just... And you can hear more frustrated noises, not anything really clear. That's what you hear on the other side of the door. You can hear a lot of cursing.
Okay. Yeah, if it just seems like it's gonna be a lot more cursing, and if he's just having his curse fit out there, I'm gonna go back to his room and put my stuff back in my bags.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You know he's not gonna hear you because you're inside the apartment. He does have mods. They're not great mods. And they're very sort of other specifics, but you can head back into his room and start packing.
Yeah, and she'll put a blanket like around her shoulders, like she was kind of maybe like if he does come in, she could be like, "Oh, I was just moving to the bed, woke up," kind of thing.
You hear the door open. And you hear sort of some just not happy sort of slamming the phone down on the table, and you hear sort of the commotion in the kitchen as he stops. And from where you are, you can see him turn and look to see that you're no longer asleep on the sofa. And he's like, Serena, everything all right?
Yeah, I hit the end of one of my recharge cycles. I actually need to plug into a port now for a bit.
Right.
Is everything okay? You seem really upset.
And he sort of flashes his eyes towards you. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just a customer, you know, not bringing me the right parts and everything. You know how it goes.
Are you sure? And she'll go over to him. And she'll like put a hand on his shoulder, another one on his arm, like, "'Cause you know you can tell me anything, right?"
And he sort of looks down at your hand. Yeah, no, everything's fine. Everything fine. I might go for a walk. You know, just...
Want some company?
If you want. You sure you're alright?
Oh yeah, I feel a lot better after getting some sleep.
Good.
And dinner, of course.
Yeah, no, that was a good dinner. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my jacket and...
Okay, yeah, me too.
We can go.
Yeah, she'll put the rest of the stuff into a bag and just have them ready to go. But she'll put a jacket on because she wants to see if she can get anything out of him on a little walk, and if that's all been compromised, she doesn't want to necessarily be here by herself.
Yeah.
So.
And he opens the door to his apartment and steps out and holds the door for you.
Yeah, she'll have her purse. And I think in her purse, the only thing she's got in it right now, besides a couple regular purse things, is that little memoir shoebox. Because she can get new clothes, she can get new mods, but she can't replace those items. So.
He closes the door behind you.
Eaters somehow find their way into his apartment, you know?
He closes the door behind you both. He's like, I know a nice walk.
Great.
And very stiffly sort of turns and starts to walk down the corridor.
She'll take his arm kind of try to butter him up a bit.
Yeah, you can see him almost feel not awkward, but he's like, he looks to be happy about it, but he's sort of questioning.
I'll have to watch the rest of that movie tomorrow. I only caught the first half before I fell asleep.
It's a good movie. Yeah. He's sort of pauses. You know I appreciate you, right?
Yeah. Of course. Why else would you let me stay here?
Exactly. And he sort of...
And you know that I appreciate you, right?
You do?
Of course. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Yeah. Just, you know, I really, as I said, appreciate you. I respect you. I think you're, you know, real nice person. And I'm glad we're friends. And I hope, you know, I'm glad you felt you could trust me to come pick you up earlier, you know?
Yeah, I mean, who else was I going to turn to?
Yeah. I mean, we've been through a lot, you know?
Yeah. A whole lot.
Yeah. And he leads you out of the apartment building, and this walkway, you can sort of look down over a lot of the city in Nalmerius. You can see lots of the cars and things sort of whizzing by. And if you look over the side, it is just that long drop down into those sort of deep depths of Nalmerius, just layers upon layers of traffic and buildings. It's completely pitch black outside, and a lot of the sort of the big advertising screens don't seem to work here so well, so every now and then you get that flicker of light rather than a constant light. Do you miss him?
Oh, Ramos?
Yeah.
I mean, of course. But that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But, like, do you think of him a lot?
She goes, well, I try not to, but lately, past couple days, I don't know, it's like it's been in my head. I don't know why. Just little things, I guess, that remind me of it.
You see him sort of take a breath in. What sort of things?
Oh, flavor of soda, the way someone rips up their napkin.
Yeah, but anyone can do that. Anyone can have a habit that's the same.
Yeah, it's just reminds me of it. Little things.
Yeah, nothing important, though. Right?
Nothing major, no. Just maybe like a phrase or something, too.
I spoke to some of my lads, and they think that
was that the phone call?
Yeah, that was the phone call. They did another sweep of your apartment. Someone looks to have gone back there after you left.
Did they get an ID?
No real ID. They seem to have a way of interfering with the electronics and the cameras.
I keep my AI turned off, so
it's probably for the best. But it looks like they were looking for something in particular. Not just you. Those things weren't planted there to get you, it looks like they might have been there to get something.
One of the mods I'm testing? I only keep legal ones in the apartment.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but I'm worried. I think I've got someone who can help you and protect you better than I can.
And she'll stop him while they're walking like this. You sound like this is really serious.
Yeah. I think it might be.
How serious? Do you know anything else about this?
Yes, they were looking for you in the apartment, but it looks like they were looking for something else as well. They took something. Something, I don't know if it means anything to you. I mean,
what do they take?
just this little, like, you know those statuette things you get on holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone wants it, but it just feels a bit weird, especially if you've, with everything going on right now.
Yeah, Ramos got that statue on a like a carnival game.
And that's why I think you're not safe.
Why would they want just a stupid tchotchke?
I don't know. But having the feeders in there seemed to be a bit excessive, right? So there's got to be something else. But whatever it is, they didn't find it. If you had something, you'd tell me, right?
Yeah. I don't have... You know my mods. And I only have 4 outfits, my mods, and a few, like a shoebox's worth of trinkets. And my blender, but that's broken, so...
Okay. And he keeps moving along.
Who is
Puts a
this person?
hand
Mhm.
over yours that holds onto his
Yeah.
arm.
Mm-hmm. Who is it that you think I'd be safer with?
It's just a friend of mine. It's a very good person. Knows their stuff, connections in good places, knows how to keep you safe.
What's their name?
And you can see him, he is struggling for a name, it's obvious. You're not sure if and he looks flustered. Is it Thomas? His name's Thomas.
Is his name Thomas? Like your name is Jonathan?
What's wrong with the name Jonathan?
It's your real name's Jalon. It's not Jonathan. It's just the
I
name
know,
you give
but
people.
And he sort of look. You can go say hi. If you don't like it, we go home.
All right, fine.
He takes a sort of big breath. Sway.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to inside him to see if he does trust this Thomas guy or if he's just digging his hole deeper.
Roll an intellect check of 3,
right.
please.
Yeah, I'm gonna use another advantage on this because I don't want to not, and I have to use them up anyway. So let's see. Yeah, I'm using advantage. There we go.
He is
4.
shaky. He is flustered. You're pretty sure he doesn't know anyone called Thomas. And the only person he's ever, or people he's ever referred to of having connections in high places are supremacy.
Okay.
But he continues to just walk. There's nothing, you can't see anything like anyone around. Like it doesn't look like you're close to wherever it is yet.
Yeah, if there's a nice little, like, side alley, like, Jay, I may have overheard your phone call a bit, and I'd really appreciate if you would just tell me what's going on. And she'll, like, bring up the tears, bring up the waterworks.
Um,
You know, I'm just so scared. I just want to know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening. I really don't.
What did they ask you to do? What was it about the fastbacks? Is it the supremacy? What are they after? Why do I want me?
And you can see his eyes sort of dart around, and they dart around to some of the pathways up ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see people starting to walk almost in unison
Mm-hmm.
down this pathway. And he sort of takes a deep breath and looks to you. He's like, just run. Run. Now.
Okay.
And you could see his, like, he's biting the bottom of his lip really hard. I'm sorry.
She's like, I trusted you. Or no, she's gonna, before she says that, I'm just gonna erase his memories real quick of the past 5 minutes of their conversation on this walk.
Roll an intellect check for me, please.
Sure thing. And I'll use an effort here as well. Oof. And my last advantage. Because I want to, let's just erase that there. None. Effort. Come on. There you go. There you go.
Okay, what does it look like? And you can erase it for longer than the last 5 minutes on that roll. What are you taking away? And you can also plant something there.
Okay. She's going to erase up to him getting back inside the apartment. So basically their whole walk. And her eyes usually have that kind of bluish glow. One of them, like, almost rolls back, and there's another pupil on the other side, and that one's red, and it shoots out, and that's what kind of, like, makes a little beam on his forehead, and that's what erases it. And she will implant her having no suspicion and them just going on a nice walk. But me, rather than me running, me being taken by somebody.
Okay. So you see him, like, his eyes are not, he's not welling up, but it more just looks like fear as you, before you do this, he's like, you just run. And
then I run. Before, he comes back to it.
You watch him, his head sort of drops back and looks towards the sky. And sort of in this moment of these huge billboards that are flickering, if any of them did come that little bit closer, they would have seen almost this very sort of static image of you running past these billboards along this walkway, this shadow of you running.
And I'll text Loxy as I do it.
You were sort of messaging Loxy as you run. You can see these huge billboards flicker in and out every now and then, giving you that spot of darkness to sort of hide in as you can hear the footsteps take off behind you. What do you send to Loxy?
I send, hey, so my new place has been compromised as well. They're looking for something I have. Pretty sure it's supremacy. 4 more feeders. Don't think that's going to be the last of them. Where can I meet you?
Okay. And we're going to hop back over to the office. We can
Parentheses. Maybe without Livewire.
And as we sort of pan away from that scene of sort of Zarina sending that message and sprinting off at the same time, you only really see that glow of her blue mask in the darkness as it goes. We're back in the office. And back in this office, there is this moment where you watch Mac sort of turn the screen around. It's like, this guy. And both Hybria and Cantor, you recognize the face straight away. That very sort of sharp, pointed face, that sharp look, the hollow eyes. The man from the garage. You can see, you watch him on the security cameras queue up. He seems to lean over. There's no actual audio, but you can see Mac called out and invite him back into the room to talk, and you watch him leave again. This guy seemed real interested in you.
When was this captured? When was he here?
His eyes sort of look to Cantor. This morning.
Also, have I received Loxie's message yet?
You will have, yeah, you absolutely received Loxie's message.
So probably like just now, and I like look at it and I'm like, he is not the only one that has thought to look for us here. It seems as though there are many vehicles, unmarked vehicles outside that we are assuming is the supremacy. And at the same time, I'm gonna message back Loxie was like, garage guy was here too. LOL. Except without the LOL. Gabriel doesn't know how to do that. Yeah, exactly.
I wish the LOL was there.
Is there another exit out of this building? Because I fear that we are in trouble.
Yes, no, we can definitely, I can take you, there's a door, and he sort of points towards the back of his office where you can see another door. He's like, it leads down to one of the storage areas, but you can definitely get out the back down there.
Excellent. And I'll message Loxie and I'll say, get out, be safe, meet you at van. And then turn to Cantor and say, well, it seems as though we are in a pickle and we must flee. Are you ready?
I am. Sorry, Mac. He's going to erase his memories.
Can you roll the check for me, please?
Uh, 13 beats a 4.
Before you do, he sort of looks towards you, and he closes his eyes for a moment. And there's a sad smile. Here we go again.
And
Got the number.
Cantor would have a tear roll down. I don't know what I'm doing. And then he takes his memories.
And almost as you sort of reach out, he goes, make two of us.
Me as well. And I stand in solidarity and watch.
And Mac just falls back and lands in that chair by his desk, head back.
He would, Cantor reach down and make sure that he doesn't slip or fall out of the chair. Maybe even, put his feet up on the desktop. And he would put his hand over the top of Mac's hand and squeeze it. I'm sorry. And then he would turn and open the door for Hybria.
If you'll allow a small...
No, you go first, Hybria.
I was just going to say a small flavor moment. When you put your hand over Mac's hand, Hybria would probably put her hand on top of yours and give a gentle squeeze that you think is a reassuring squeeze. And then it turns into a vice grip as she starts to drag you out of the room.
I will
So
say,
it's both.
Cantor, as you grip his hand and you hold it, his head is still lolled back. It's almost like he's gone to sleep for a moment. He is holding something in his hand, clenched tight.
He would take it. Or look at it at least. He's not going to take his house keys or anything.
You see what almost looks like a small cog attached to a chain.
Cantor would produce the cog chain that he has. Do they mesh together?
It locks perfectly if you roll it at the top.
I'm sorry, brother.
He lays there motionless. You can see his chest rise and fall. But that's it.
Does he have a desk blotter, like a pad on the top of the desk, like just like an old calendar type thing, or?
Yeah, there's things everywhere. This place is a bit of a mess.
Then he would write in the corner of that pad very quickly. He would simply write his order down. Extra gherkins. And his specific order. And then he would draw a circle around that.
Okay. And Hybrid, you can grab.
Yeah.
You can grab his hand.
And I just say, I am sorry for your loss and whatever may have occurred, but we will have to unpack this later. We are in great immediate danger. We must flee.
He does so. He moves with Hybria, with her pull, with her insistence of voice and gesture, but he does stop and he makes absolute eye contact with Hybria. If I forget, I swear to you I will help you find your brother. I promise. If I forget, remind me.
I will be sure to do that. You are a great asset for the search for my esteemed older brother, and apparently an important clue, but I appreciate it, and I will not let you forget. Now we must go.
He takes off his fingerless glove and lights his hand blue to light the way down into the storage room.
You can, Hybrid, you could definitely throw that door open. Cantor with that light, you dash down into that sort of that unlit passage. Livewire and Loxy, you've just received the message from Hybria. You can see all the cars. You can now see the doctor yourself. It's more that you recognize the face. You know it's not good, but you didn't come face to face with him fully. But you can definitely see Livewire isn't happy as well.
Yeah, I'm going to use my distant activation and get the van running. Would I be able to actually remotely drive this car?
Absolutely.
Great. I'm going to remotely drive it around the back. I'll like flip down my goggles, I'll push some buttons, I'll pull out like a van like a lob, but it's going to essentially be like a remote control.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Car.
When you put your goggles on, I look like, Don Johnson from Miami Vice, because, that's...
Loxy takes half a second to roll her eyes just a little bit.
Hey, I don't plan it. That's all you.
Yeah, but you're the one that's got it. And flips the switch, and one of the sides of the goggles, it'll be sort of like an overlay of the front of the car, like where it's going, to be able to see it back up and start to drive around towards the back.
I will say, as you're doing this, you're concentrating in live where you can see Loxy concentrating. You don't need to roll for this, but as you do, you get the car going, you hear the engine go as it sort of reverses out of the space. You see a couple of people move out of the way as it drives round the side of this huge building. At the point when you receive Serena's message, you do hit what seems to be like some trash cans or something around the outside, almost, because you just get an alert message as it goes. Nothing bad, but you can sort of right the van and head it round to the back. But you get Serena's message at the same time.
Oh no!
I am going to bring up a. I'm going to bring up I'm going to sort of project an image onto the booth that we're in, so that if anybody looks at this booth at all, it will look empty. So as long as we're sitting here, right, like, because I've got a good sort of block that I can do this. So I'm going to basically project through sort of reality an empty booth, so we can be here right now, and people will not see us.
You project this image, and as you do, you have 2 more supremacy walking through the door. They look directly at you in the booth.
I'm going to spend my intellect pool on that.
Look the other way as well. You can hear one of them just like, go get an order in. He nods, walks over, and this person from the supremacy is stood there, not in front of the booth, but he's definitely looked over at you. He's obviously not seen you at all.
I'm going to keep the what do you call it, it's not going to be like a clean booth. It's going to be a booth that is empty but has like trash on it, so that like you don't want to sit here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you can definitely do that. And this man from the supremacy sort of stands there, looks over. He's kind of just looking up at the orders, what to order more than anything else. He doesn't look like he's specifically looking for you. And Loxy receives Arena's message at that moment. As you know, you can see the car stopping round the back.
I'm going to I'm going to swipe, and I'm quickly going to message Hybria. And say, Van's out back. We're not inside of it. We're still in the restaurant. And then I'm going to swipe back to Zarina, message Zarina. Things aren't great here. Still at Fast Max, trying to leave. Supremacy and Doctor are here.
Okay.
Send.
So.
Just logistically, I want to sort of see it in my mind. We've got the Fast Mac. I imagine over there is the counter. The Doctor and some supremacy are there. There's some supremacy behind us, and the door. I imagine if we went out the front door, we'd walk right into those vans, right?
No, they seem to be parked up along the side. They don't seem to be like outside, right out. Side. Also, I will say you've noticed on that as you sort of walk through, you can see that they are heading straight towards the counter. They don't look like they're looking in the booths. They don't look like they are looking around in particular.
Can we, there's like that timing of, I suppose the question is, can we not, like, I don't know how many people are sort of standing out back, right out front. Is it possible for us, as they sort of go to the counter, for us to sort of sneak out behind them without alerting the other van people?
Yeah, you could definitely do that if you rolled a speed check. If both of you roll a speed check of 2 to get out, then you could definitely try to sneak out in that sense.
And I will take Loxy's sort of feathered hand and just sort of like wait. Like you have to like wait for that moment. Like they pass by the booth, they don't see anyone there, just some trash. They keep moving forward, and then we kind of just like try to slip out.
If you're holding Loxy's hand, then I'll say just live wire roll.
You have an advantage.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I have one and I might need it. And it's a difficulty 2. Okay. And I'm gonna take my advantage.
You also have effort. Just saying.
And I also have effort, and I will use that effort as well. And that effort will be awesome because we're gonna do that. Yep. Yep. Yes.
Okay.
That's a difficulty 4.
What does it look like as you
Or
sneak
5,
out with
actually.
Loxy, as you drag Loxy out?
Well, first, we're not there. So, like, nobody sees us, right? It's like there's nothing to see. But as they pass that empty booth, then we sort of emerge out of this illusion. And I'm holding Loxy's hand, like sort of slightly feathered, exciting Loxie's hand. And it's that kind of moment where, like just when somebody turns the corner, then you walk by. It's that kind of just perfect timing. And also, like when somebody's walking in the front door to the Fastmac, then we just sort of like walk out with them. And it's that sort of thing where you just kind of use the cover of customers to sort of move you through. Just as like there's a customer there walking, and then we're walking beside that customer. Somebody's coming in the door, and then we're walking out, and always sort of making sure to keep ourselves on the other side of a body, keeping these bodies of customers between us and the people who might be looking at us, and then just like cutting right around the corner. It's yep.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a
you
person
can-
who maybe has played a lot of stealth video games in their life.
It's
Just
a very
Assassin's
valid
Creed.
thing.
Mhm,
I was gonna say, you can definitely sort of move out with the crowds and sort of head round to the side. Hybria and Cantor, you get through the short storage space, and as you open the door, you hear that crash of a bin of this trash can as this truck sort of pulls up. You can see everything is unlocked, and as Loxie said, there's no one in there.
Yeah, he would just look around the area to make sure nobody's watching or like ready to pounce or anything like that, and open the door for Hybria, and then he would jump in the driver's seat. But again, Loxie drives this. He's just there in case needed.
Mhm.
Okay.
I message back to Loxie, "Are you coming?"
Loxie messages back, "Yep, on our way, coming around the corner."
And almost at that point, as Hybria and Cantor, you're getting settled in this truck as the engine is still sort of running. You can see that it sort of almost bobs in place as it hovers in its position. You can see Loxie and Livewire pretty briskly, I'd say, heading around the corner.
As soon as we turn the corner, I'm gonna start sprinting.
Yeah, you can sprint. And there doesn't seem to be anyone around the back here, but you're going to want to move fast.
Mm-hmm.
I will just say when Livewire sort of weaves them through, he probably is a very good dancer, right? Like there's like something about about the way he moves that sort of tells you, oh, he probably is a really good dancer. Like there's just kind of an elegance to the way that he moves through people. And when you take off sprinting, he starts to try to sprint, then he doesn't, but he walks briskly. It's like that. No, like high impact is not exciting right now, and so he just kind of goes back to a kind of a range walk, a fast walk, but a low impact one.
You can all pile in the car. Loxie, are you getting straight into the driver's seat, or?
Yeah, I'll open up the driver's door and I'll like motion Cantor to scoot over. And I'll get in and be like, okay, where does I'll just start driving. I'll say, okay, direct me to Sleaze.
Who?
Oh, I can do that. And I ping over an address and a route.
Okay.
And I'll...
yeah, you can motion for the truck to go. You sort of head round the back. You almost do like a circular motion, so you don't go back round the same way. You head out, and as you come round the other side, you can see a few things. You see the Supremacy cars. You see about 6 or 7 of them parked up. They don't look like they're ready to drive. They look parked up. You see a lot of Supremacy filing in to this Fastmax. And as you do, as you drive past, almost just completely unnoticed, you can see the Supremacy coming out. Mac, with his arms behind his back, sort of being half dragged. He's like, you have no right to do this, as he sort of like he's trying to kick his way through. And I will say there are 12 that are surrounding him, which there's got to be a reason to need 12 Supremacy to take this man out. And you can see him dragged across the field. It's drawing a crowd outside of Fastmax. People have their phones out. People have all of these recording devices out. And as this van goes past, yeah, you can definitely pick it up straight away. As your van goes past, Cantor, as you look out the window, Mac sort of looks towards you, raises an eyebrow in sort of confusion as you see him shoved into one of the supremacy cars.
Then
That's where we'll leave it. Oh, go on if there's a...
I would say Cantor would look around, and Hybria would probably be closest to him. He would look over at Hybria and say, I think I know that guy.
I won't let you forget. Let's go.
And Loxy, you move the truck off.
I'm also gonna ping Zarina. Just sort of send her like a
You
little.
would have gotten a message back that said, "So not meeting at Fast Max."
The response would just be like, "Send me where you are. Let me know where you are."
Get like a little moving GPS as I'm running.
And you can move the truck off. And
We're gonna pick her up GPS style. Just open up the van door. She hops right in, action style.
yeah,
all
we're
18.
Google mapping this, so you may get lost on the way.
Oh.
So yes, that's where we will leave it this week, and I'll hand over to Greg.
I love it. This is the best. This is awesome. I'm gonna go around. Let's start with Trooper. Trooper, my friend, how are you? Where can we find you online?
So I'm fine. Over here, I'm doing well. I don't know if I've told you this. Sleaze is not my friend. I don't like him. Those are my feelings. I would have words for him, but I don't think it's going to turn out well for him at this moment. So, you know, you can find me at Trooper SJP. You can find me tonight at 7 p.m. on my channel, Trooper SJP, which is the season 1 finale of City of Light and Shadow, a Fate French Resistance campaign. And I'm sure nothing bad will happen to our French resistors at all. Like what could happen? It'll be great. Also, this game is so great. Alice is so great. Every single player is so great. And those are my feelings.
Awesome, my friend. Let's drop down to Erica. Erica, how are you? Where can we find you online?
Hi, I'm doing pretty well. You can find me everywhere at A-Style-Pixie, and also during the D&D Live event this weekend. I am playing. I'm part of the Reality RP. I'm playing Duvessa Shane, the young and ambitious speaker, head of the Council of Speakers. Possible cultist, probably not. You'll find out. And also, I am part of the Scratix Academy stream this weekend. I do believe all of us are. Everyone here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of the midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern game. So catch me there.
9 a.m. on Saturday, me, Eastern.
Fantastic. Let's jump over to Lily. Lily, my friend, how are you? It was a pleasure RPing with you, most of all, since we were in the scene together. Where can we find you online, friend?
I am on Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter at Lily Sparks with an X. I am also part of the Scraticus stream, so I will be in Alice's game, actually, at 6 a.m. Eastern. That'll be fun. I usually don't wake up before noon, so, you know, gonna be a good game. And yeah, I DM over on Gilding Light on Sundays. This week is gonna be our arc finale. Each arc is only 4 episodes, and I love this game so much and all of these characters. I kind of just, you know, want everyone to just go and watch all of the VODs of this game also, which are available on YouTube. And if this is your first time catching this game, I highly recommend going back and watching the VODs as well, because trust me, if you like this, you're gonna love all of that. So yeah, definitely, Alice is amazing. Everyone here is amazing. I can't wait till next week, as usual.
Fantastic, my friend. Let's jump up to Lindy. Lindy, how are you? Off on your own, always doing your best work. Where can we find you online, friend?
I don't know how it always winds up that way, but it does. I just make poor decisions, and I'm like, I'm gonna be by myself. But yeah, they're always super fun. Question mark decisions. But yeah, now we know that Jaylon can't be trusted, Sleaze can't be trusted, but at least he feels bad about it. So
Only he had a nickname. That
I
was
know,
more
right?
fitting.
Maybe that might let you know something about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot. There's so many trivia nights, bingo nights. You weren't there because you were dead, so you don't get to talk about it. But anyways, you can find me online at Left Lindy, making much smarter life choices. You can find me every Monday, Tuesday on my channel. You can find me here for The Witcher on Wednesdays and here on Fridays, and just follow me on Twitter for all the rest of it. It's super fun. Thank you guys so much. I have a blast.
Awesome, my friend. And for everybody following along, that was Sleaze pickaxing his way through the friend zone one trivia night at a time.
He tries so hard.
And then Alice, my dear friend, how are you, and where can we find you online?
I love this game so much. Every Friday, I'm like, yes, I'd say this Walkway day. I get to play with some of my favorite people. So I love this game so much. I love all of the characters. And I get to play Sleaze, so I enjoy that immensely. But otherwise, I'm White Rabbit Pick. That's where you can find me on Twitter. You can also find me there on Instagram. I'm also a photographer. I'm also a DM, not just here, over on the Scratchicus Academy as the other half, and also over on Gilding Light. I am running Call of Cthulhu, shocker I know, over on the charity stream at 6 a.m. with Lily later tomorrow, time zones. It's a lovely 24-hour stream for a very, very good cause, so we would love to see you there.
Absolutely. And everybody, links in chat to the 24-hour stream, so please make sure that you show up, support as much as you can, and enjoy the fabulous RP that will be presented for 24 hours. As for me, my name is Greg, Grimjack21502 on the Twitter. Tales from the Grim here on the Twitch. I love Friday afternoons. They are fantastic. Surrounded by kind, passionate, incredibly talented people. I think the Trooper said it best in our chat. I'm not sure which one it was in. He said he liked the scenes that he wasn't in more than the ones, and I feel the exact same way. Sitting back and watching masters at their craft that they're passionate about, just amazing. This is a lovely 2 hours to spend with friends. Legion, you of course are a part of all of that. Even if you're watching on YouTube, if you would like to actively be a part of the show, stay tuned next week, and we will be announcing this before our show next week. We are going to begin a 3-part giveaway for friends here of the Aether's Walkway. So if you would like to put one foot in front of the other, the travel down the walkway begins next week. So everyone, please make sure you're following for a chance to win. Make sure you join us next week at 1 p.m. Eastern for a chance to see exactly what we'll be playing for next week, the week after, and then the anniversary of our 10th episode in 3 weeks time. I can't wait.
Is it a date with Sleaze? Is that what you win?
Sleaze just moves into your house.
Want a date with Sleaze?
Sleaze
I think
just
that would be a great 10th episode. Everyone gets a date with Sleaze. It's just like speed dating with Sleaze.
I need to see Hybria and Sleaze on a date.
it's completely
It'll
silent.
just be pure confusion. Just like
silent, awkward.
Right. I love it. Ivory's the best. Anyway, we have Witcher Family of Wraiths here every Wednesday night. Lindy Trooper are a part of that as well. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join us there, but make sure you're back here next week, everyone, for the continuation of Alice's fantastic tale in this wonderland. But everyone have a fantastic, safe weekend. And as the campfire goes down, there's only one thing left to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, but you can always role play. Unless you're Sleaze and Mac. RIP. Later.